Hey everyone, this is Adam with Alliance Outdoor Lighting. Today we're going to be taking you through a Bluetooth fixture job site from setup to programming. We're going to have 3 cameras. The one I'm talking into now. Vince is going to be going around with his iPhone camera, and then Renee is going to have a GoPro to give you guys kind of that first-person view of our setup and programming and whatnot. So we hope you enjoy. All right, guys. So we're here on this job site. I'm standing here with a brand new all-stem 18 BT fixture. And there's something we want you to be aware of with every single brand new BT fixture. So here I have a new fixture and there's a blue tag on it that gives me some laws. These are our BT laws. And so this is going to be helpful for every single install. For example, number 1 says install a BTRE on every single job, which we've done here. We've put a couple. Number 2 is BT fixtures need 10 to 15 operating volts. So we've made sure that every single fixture has at least 10 volts, and we can assure that by only installing 8 fixtures or less on each run with BT fixtures. And number 3 is don't overload the transformer. So again, with our transformer, we just make sure that we have enough wattage so that our BTs can operate correctly. Okay guys, so once the install is all done, we want to explain to you why it's important to create a secure network, not just for security purposes for the homeowner so that no one else gets into their network or can mess with their fixtures, but also because it's going to strengthen the signal of the Bluetooth connection between each fixture. Now, what we've done here is we've taken half of the yard that's on one transformer and turned all of those Bluetooth fixtures off. The other half of the yard, which you're going to see here, we've turned all those fixtures on. So when we go to create that secure network, the only fixtures that are going to become available to put the Bluetooth fixtures into the secure network are the ones that are on the transformer that's powered on. This helps us out with creating less traffic and simplifies things so that we can just focus on one half of the yard first.
Okay, so I'm recording on my phone how to create a secure network. So I'll fire up the BT app, and you can start off in the Alliance network. That's where all the fixtures will be when you start out. So to create the secure network, you'll go to the menu, you'll click on current home, and you want to ask the homeowner what they would prefer their secure network to be called. Most of the time it's the last name. So here the residence is the Hammond residence, so we'll add new home. And we will create the network named Hammond. Now on this next screen is where we add devices. For this part, you want to walk near the devices that you want to add to make sure that they're getting into the network. And Renee's showing you that the lights are flashing as they're being added. And if you know how many fixtures you're trying to add, then you can see on your screen that you have that many fixtures that have added to the network. So here we have 4, so let's stop there. And then to check our work, we'll go back, and now we're in the Hammond network, and now we see what we've added, and we'll turn all the fixtures to red. And now Renee can run around and can confirm that they have all turned red. All red? No. Not red? Okay, so we have 1 fixture left that's not red. So now that we know which one that is, we go back to the secure network Hammond and we'll click add. And since we know which one that is, we'll get closer to it. We'll click add device. And there it is. So now that we've got that one, we'll go back and check again. So we're in the Hammond network, and we're going to change all the colors to blue this time. And so then we'll confirm that they are all blue. All good?
All good.
All right, so now we've created the network for this transformer. So next we'll move on to the next transformer and put them in the same network So before we do that, we'll turn this transformer off so that we're working one transformer at a time. Okay, so now we're working off the next transformer where we have quite a few more fixtures. So here on the screen we see that there's 25, and so right here we're in the Alliance network. So since we've already created the Hammond network, we can go back to our secure network list and we'll click on Hammond and we'll swipe left and we'll click add, and we'll do the same process again. So we'll click add device. As we're adding, they actually start flashing, and you'll see that the icons change to represent what the actual fixture is. And so this process, it always helps to have help. So one person can be checking one side of the yard and another person could be checking the other side. That's always helpful. The other thing is you could do this at night so you could see everything flashing. But backup is definitely helpful. You could do this yourself, but it would be a lot harder, and it's just better to have that help. So we're just going to keep walking around till we see our number reach what we were at before, which was 25. So you can see them popping up and adding. Just keep walking around. And if we get to a point where it looks like it's not looking anymore or it's not finding anything, then we could stop add and we'll do our color test again. So we're in the Hammond network. We're going to click all devices. We're going to change them all to green. And now we'll walk around and see what's green and what's not. Not green.
Green.
Not. Okay, so it looks like we missed a few in this area right here. So we'll go back to our network list. We'll swipe left. We'll hit add and we'll stand right here. We'll click add device and we should see it start flashing soon. So we just added one. Now that one's flashing. So
This one.
we've added the two that we knew didn't change. So we'll stop add. Oh, we got another one. So we'll keep going. It looks like it's still looking for some. So let's stop there because it looks like it's stopped, and then we'll do the color test again. So we won't pick green because we did that last time, so let's go back to red.
Got that one now. This one is still on.
So we'll check to see that everything's red.
This one is still.
So this one's still not picking up, so we'll know we have to grab that one. How's everything else looking? Okay, so we have one guy that's giving us a little trouble, so we'll just do this process again and I'll get right next to it. So it's not finding it. So this is actually perfect because now we can confirm that we're at least finding it in the default network. So we'll go back to the default network and we'll search. And nothing's coming up here. So this guy might be in the secure network and it just didn't change color when we told it to. So we'll check again. We'll switch to the Hammond network. we'll search. Search is completed. We'll click all devices. We'll hit control. And this time we'll go back. We'll go to purple. And it changed purple. So it wasn't the network. It just didn't change color that time that we asked it to. So it looks like we're all in the secure network now. And we can move on to sharing the network. So now that I've created the secure network, I want to make sure that the homeowner has that same network so they can control the lights. So now we're going to share the network with our homeowner, Adam. So from here, we're going to click the secure network menu, current home, and we're going to swipe left and we're going to click share. QR code comes up, and Adam's going to scan QR code to add home. So now he has the network, and I will jump off and let Adam take control of all the lights. So now if he wants to go in and make changes to the lighting, because he's the homeowner and it's his house and he wants it to be however he wants, he can do that. Now if he wants to share it with his wife or his kids or maybe whoever manages the property or anything like that, he could do the same process, or I can take a screenshot of the QR code and send it to him, so then anybody else can just scan it from a screenshot. Another way to do it is to create the secure network without the QR code, but just name it exactly as it was created. So ours had a capital H in Hammond. Whoever recreates that network needs to have the capital H. But that's how you share the secure network.
All right, guys, I want to talk a little bit about naming individual fixtures for your homeowner. Now, I do want to make an important note that you want to have the homeowner's phone when you do this. So the other video that we showed you about sharing a secure network, you will share the secure network, but you're not going to share the customization or the naming of each individual fixture. Therefore, you want to do it on your homeowner's phone and get them involved while you're doing it. So what I'm going to start with here is I have all my icons here showing up on my phone. This fixture back here, this Allstem 18BT Pathlight behind me, I'm going to search for that. So I'm going to go through, and I just turned it off by tapping on its icon. I'm going to turn it back on just to be sure. There it is. So in this case, that fixture says Allstem BT 31. So I'm going to hold that fixture and long press it down. Okay. On the top right hand corner, I'll hit that icon. I'll go to the naming, and I'm going to ask the homeowner what that person wants to name that individual fixture. So in this case, because of where it's at, it might be front door pathlight. So I hit enter, go back, and now when I refresh or when I look at my phone again, there on the bottom it says front door pathlight on my phone. If I long press it and I want to control just that fixture, so I want to change that from blue to red, I'm only controlling that fixture because I long pressed it and I know exactly what that fixture is called. All right, guys, so now that we've gone through and named all the fixtures for our homeowner, I'm going to show them and show you how to put the fixtures into groups. So in this case, maybe your homeowner knows that anytime they change any of these front path lights to green or red, they're just always going to want to change all of them to the same color. That's the case where you want to create a group for them. Okay, so I've already named these front window path lights, including the one over there by the front door. So here's how it looks. I'm going to go and I'm going to add group. So right now it reads as group 1. I'm going to tap on group 1 and then hit manage. So once I've managed, I'm going to go to current device here and hit the plus sign. Now all my fixtures are here. Okay. Now what makes it easy is the fact that I've already named these path lights. So I know exactly which ones I'm looking for. So in this case, I'm going to tap on FW path 3, and I know that that's going to be my third one from the left. If I double tap it at the top of my device, it adds it to the current group. Okay, so I'll just go down the line. I named one FW path 1, double tap there, FW path 2, double tap, and then we also have the front door path light. So I've just put 1, 2, 3, and 4 into each group. I'll hit back. I'm gonna name this group, let's call it front window path. Confirm, back, and now I have this group called FW path or front window path. When I control these fixtures and I go to change them to, say, from red to blue, now 1, 2, 3, and 4, those fixtures in my FW path group are blue. All the other fixtures in the yard are the last color setting or white setting that we had them at. All right, guys, now I want to talk about how to create a default custom color. So I'm going to go to all devices here, control, I'll go to my colors. Now obviously we have your red, green, blue, purple, and amber preset colors. Now if I wanted one of these preset colors to be something custom, like pink is a favorite, I'm just going to hold down on one of these icons, and then I'm going to go here, my finger on the color wheel, I'll set it to pink right where I like it, and then I'm just going to save that color. So now here on my default colors, I now have pink available, so I can just switch to that quickly anytime I need to. All right, now we're going to talk about the ability to create custom scenes with your BT app and your fixtures. Again, I'll go to all devices just to keep things simple and control. Now on the bottom right hand corner, we have your preset scenes that are already coming on your phone when you download the app. If I want to create a custom scene, I'm going to hold down or long press on one of these scene icons. Okay. Now here I have white, green, and blue available as a scene. So what I'll do is I'll hold down white, so I'm going to long press it, and now my color wheel pops up. So maybe I go to pink and confirm that. I'm going to hold down green or long press on green, and then I'm going to change that to maybe an aqua blue and confirm. And then my last color, I'll hold down my blue and I'll change that to orangish reddish color and confirm there. So now I have my custom scene available and confirm. So now on the left hand side there you see the custom scene that I just created. Once I tap on it, my fixture is going to go right into that custom scene. Now something super important that you need to remember is if I create a custom scene with my app on my phone, even though I have the same network as, say, someone else, they have to create a custom scene on their phone for whatever they like. So the scene will not transfer from phone to phone. It has to be done individually. All right, so what I want to talk about now is the Alliance BT tips. So again, on every single new fixture has this blue tag, and we're going to focus on the side that says BT tips. So right here, our first BT tip is using the NRF app. So when we leave a job, these are maybe the last things that we do before we leave the job to ensure that everything is ready to go and your homeowner is going to be happy. We've talked about creating a secure network already, and so I'm going to show you the NRF app. Now, the NRF app is not an Alliance app, but it's a great tool for the contractor to know and use when they finish a job. So I'm going to open up my NRF app, and here it's just a Bluetooth scanner. So it's going to scan all the Bluetooth networks in my surrounding area, meaning it's going to look for Hammond, which is the secure network we created for this homeowner. So looking down at my phone here, using the NRF app, I have a bunch of icons that read Hammond, Hammond, Hammond. There's a number of them. Those are all my Bluetooth fixtures out here. The next Alliance BT tip is going to be to check your voltage. That's number 2. So before I leave, I want to check voltage at each fixture. This is something we talked about before as well. So I'll just pull out my voltmeter. I'll check voltage. I want to make sure that I have 10 to 15 volts at every single BT fixture. Another additional tip would be to ensure that I only install 8 fixtures or less per run of BT fixtures. That's going to give you a really good start. And again, we just want you to kind of double check given your voltmeter. The third tip on our BT tip side is going to be a color test. Now what happens here, as I open up my app, if my fixtures are set to 2700 Kelvin, or maybe even a color like red or green, they're going to use up a certain wattage from each fixture, which is going to go to my transformer. So what I want to do is go to purple, a color like purple, orange, maybe even pink. And what happens when I go to those colors, purple, orange, pink, aqua blue, is my fixtures may use a little bit more wattage. So in this case, I want to perform a color test. So I went from a red or green or a white color to purple, orange, or pink. What happens there is I'm going to use my IT transformer, which is a benefit to have with my Bluetooth fixtures. And with the IT transformer, it does come with a power meter that is live, and it tells you the current wattage being used. So as you can see, when I went from a green or a white color to purple, my wattage on my transformer actually jumped up. And so that's the color test I'm performing. So you want to make sure that you do have room for those colors that take a little bit more wattage. All right guys, so something that I want to mention that is super valuable for me going on to a job site, and I really think it could be really beneficial for you when you're installing BT fixtures or if you're starting to work with them. Now we all know the importance of our BTRE and having at least one BTRE on every single job, and having too many is really not a thing. So what I like to do is put my BTRE on a battery pack. Now what happens here is if this job was already said and done and I'm coming out to just ensure it's ready to go, I'll put this BTRE and I'll have it in my car, walk up to the job and power it on. Now what happens here is this BTRE is now talking to all of these fixtures. What's nice about this is if you're trying to find a place to maybe install the BTRE or the best place to install it, you can use it in that sense as well. So just for example, if I'm unsure of where to install a BTRE, but I have it on a battery pack, I can just set it down here and see how it communicates with my surrounding fixtures. If it's not communicating so well, or I'm still having trouble on my app, I might pick it up and move it to a different location. Once I've found the location where I feel it works most optimum, then I'm going to actually install a real staked BTRE in that position. Another thing I want to mention is the BTRE, when you first power it on, the little light on there is going to be red. That means it's powered on, everything's okay, it's working. Now this BTRE has a green light. The only thing that means is this BTRE is now in a secured network. So BTRE red light means it's in the open default alliance network. BTRE green light means you've secured it into a private homeowner's network. Something I strongly suggest additionally is if you know you're working with BT fixtures and you're starting to get the hang of them and you're installing them and doing really well, is always having maybe 5 to 10 extra BTREs laying around, just in case. Now another thing is this BTRE on a battery pack, I've already talked about how important it is to have. If you're interested in obtaining one of these on a battery pack, just call your local sales rep and they'll provide you the best way to get one.